Welcome back to Radio Shack. As you know, I love superheroes, I love anything comic book related, and I love animated series. As you can see, I do Ninja Turtle episode recaps, and most recently I've been doing Marvel's Spider-Man on Disney XD, reviews on that. And just recently this week, the granddaddy of animated series, well, of superhero animated series, just turned 25 this week, Batman the Animated Series. And first of all, I just gotta say, it's just crazy that it just turned 25. It's mind-blowing. Well, it's not that crazy because Power Rangers next year will be turning 25. So, yeah. But this series is the animated series. It's the one that pretty much got everything going. It was pretty much the standard. I mean, the storytelling alone in this series is just phenomenal, of the way they handled their characters and the way they built up the characters in their arcs. I mean, before we get into any of that, can we talk about the theme? When you start with that theme, you are getting pumped for the episode. I mean, they were able to reuse the Danny Elfman score from Batman 1989, and that theme is just great. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. It really got you pumped for each episode. But just talking about this series, this is the series that got me into superheroes, that got me into comic books, and I'm pretty sure that's the way for a lot of people with this series and Spider-Man the Animated Series. But this was the series that got me into everything and wanted to start looking into comic books and reading comic books and all the stuff like that. But let's just get into the characters in general. I mean, let's just start off with Batman, voiced by Kevin Conroy. This is my definitive version of Batman. Don't get me wrong, I love Michael Keaton. I like what Christian Bale did. And I do think that Ben Affleck is the most comic book accurate of the Batmans on the big screen. Well, besides the killing and all, but yeah, this is my definitive version of Batman. They really allowed him to show that Bruce Wayne is the mask and Batman is his true self. And I thought they handled that very well. And not only with Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill as the Joker is my definitive Joker. I don't think anybody could read a comic book with a Joker in it and not hear Mark Hamill's voice as a Joker saying his lines. Again, I loved what Jack Nicholson did, and I loved what Heath Ledger did in The Dark Knight, but this will always be my Joker. And not only that, the dynamic between Batman and Robin in this series is great. Something that I think they handled very well. The differences between them, and not only that, how well they work together. And not only that, you were able to build out the Bat family. We got to see the Bat family, the whole Bat family, on the small screen, an exception for one. And not only that, the villains got their stories told, and their own story arcs, as we got to see the build of Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face. This series has made the definitive origin of Mr. Freeze, and it's been used so forth on. And not only that, we've got introduced to Harley Quinn, has become a fan favorite since her introduction in this series, and has been into the comics ever since. But not only were the characters great, and not only was the music great, the artwork, the design of the characters were just phenomenal. As you know, I'm an aspiring artist myself. I appreciate good artwork, and that was just great. It is something I wish that current animation would go back to, but you know, I mean, some things can be said about the new Batman Adventures, but we're not going to talk about that. Did love the Batsuit in that though. And not only that, we got to see Batman and Superman on the small screen at the same time as they made their little world's finest team up, which I thought was great, mind-blowing. Loved seeing it on the screen and not just reading it on a piece of paper. Wish that was what I kind of wish that was what Batman vs Superman would have been, but you know, we got what we got. This series was the pavement, the stepping stone, what led to Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, and so forth. This is the granddaddy of superhero animation. Just there's not much more I can say about this series. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. But have you seen Batman the Animated Series? And what is your favorite episode? Comment below. Let's get a conversation going. And as always, if you enjoy my thoughts, make sure you like, subscribe. Got more videos coming, I promise. And my last will be in the description down below. And until my next video, I will see you later.